for 4 years, 4 years, and I did Bachelor's of Agricultural Engineering. And then after that, I got married in 1992, 19th of December 1992. God has blessed me with 2 daughters. One, the last born, got married in 14th of December. The other one is still working. And I'm married to a very dear wife, Radia, whom we met in the university and served together, and we have been serving together even in the church today. We had what we call the Wicked Challenge, and it was conducted by the Youth for Christ. And one evening, I decided I go to church, to their fellowship, just to hear what they have to say. And immediately I got into the door. I said, I'm coming to get saved. So after that, I can't remember what was preached, but I was waiting for the last minute. So the last minute I went, I told the person, he was called David Nidhiwa, he was a very good man, Youth for Christ. He said, young man, just go to that corner and repent your sins, then come and tell me what you have decided. And I actually did that on 7th of May, 1983. I repented my sins and I received Jesus Christ as my personal Savior. And ever since, I've never turned back. I remember in one time as a teacher, somebody said that, there is a radio that plays Christian music all through. So we got interested. And so since inception, I've been with Family Media. In fact, in my car, the default station is Family Media. At home, if there is Family Media, we are not getting it. It's basically, the TV is off. And I remember very clearly, especially when my children were young, it used to be on for family programs. So all along, Family Media has been part and parcel of my life, and even my family life. And I can tell you, we get, my wife get a bit disappointed when we are not getting the signal. What really impacts my life is the testimonies of the people that it has impacted. I always want to hear how people have been impacted, because in my life, I have desired to reach out to people. So when I hear somebody giving a testimony of how God has impacted, or Family TV has impacted on him or her, I get encouraged, because that, to me, Family Media is reaching out to people that I cannot reach. So even if I'm supporting Family Media in a small way, it is reaching people I cannot reach. So basically, that is the area that I only take a lot of interest. Of course, music, part of it, and I like the music. I do remember when I was working, when I put my expenses, I used to put something small for Family Media, and also put something small for children home somewhere I also support. One thing that I can tell you, that before I retired, I had to pray to God a lot, because I thought, I was praying to God, now if I retire, how will I get funds to continue supporting these ministries? And God is faithful, because right now I'm a consultant, financial consultant, and I get something here and there. I put something for family and other work. So for when I started, family has been part of my life. Of course, I've not been faithful in doing every month, but in my heart, I have a debt for Family Media and other charitable organizations.
Through the generosity of many like Charles, we see God's word transforming lives through media. We invite you to become part of the family that is helping keep Jesus on the airwaves by sending the word partner to 20316.
This should continue in terms of reaching other people, and also I hope that even the church organizations, the church itself, can look for a vote where we can say that as a church, as a PCA church, or as a whatever church, we have a portion of it, or a day of it, we can collect funds and just give to these media that are actually supporting the ministry. Because right now, we are limited physically, but you see the media, because of the air, the keeping Jesus on the airways, it reaches many people.
My name is Crescens Tu Doting. I'm a father, a husband, a son, and a grandfather. And it is by His grace I am who I am. But it's until recently that He took me through a process where now I don't value titles. To be honest, I'm just a son. I'm a son to the Most High King. And I'm a banker by profession. I was in the banking industry for 4.5 years. Then I had God call me, and I resigned from the banking industry. I'm a water vendor. That is how I'm earning a living. Just relocated back to Nairobi last year. So I'm still finding my footing. Actually, I'm 1 year old back in Nairobi. Yes, and I'm passionate about men. So I am doing a lot of volunteer as He leads. I remember in 2007, that's when we were told my mom had cancer. And me being a firstborn, I was a mama's boy, as in, I was a mama's boy. And so when we were told she had cancer, and then she had less than 2 years to live, and that did not go well with me. So at that time, I had not even cleared campus. A degree I was supposed to take 2.5 years, I was still in campus, imagine. And it's from that time I started now asking God. I started praying quite vigorously for my mom, because she had already exposed us to miracles. So I knew God was able. I was trusting God for her healing. She used to keep on telling me, "You are a great man. You lead men." Every day in my alcoholism state, those were her words, 24/7. So on May 20th, 2008, I talked with her. She asked me, she tells me she's in so much pain. I let her go. And I told her, "Okay, mom, okay, it is well." And true to her word, she never came out. So June 2nd, same year, she passed on. And then now this is where things really go haywire from here. So by the time she was coming to die, now I denounced God completely. It's around that time now I used to engage in the spiritual a lot. So that's when I could not sleep in my bedroom. My bedroom was full of animals. I could see creatures all over walking, and then I was unable to sleep. So I remember in 2008, my mom passed away June, yeah? So in August, same year, my father comes with another woman. He wants to remarry. Now that one didn't go well with my brother and I. So in 2 months' time, our house broke, because it's only the two of us and my father. So the house split, everyone went their way. I flipped, I became insane, because I remember, you see, like the way we're having a conversation, if you have stepped there, I start conversing, I start talking. So him and...
A very good morning to you. Welcome to Motivation Monday, where we bring you challenging conversations and inspiring story. And by the way, that story that we've just heard, what an inspiring story that is. Well, that is what we aim to do both here at Motivation Monday, but also here at Family Media, aiming to inspire you and challenge you so that you may become a better and better person, and better Christian. Well, would love to hear from you where you're tuned in from. We are live both on radio, TV, but also on YouTube. And so tell a friend to tell a friend, even as we have conversation this morning on keeping fit. Yes, keep fit. That's the conversation that we are talking about today. And helping us with this conversation is Bundi J.N. Ngirwa, who is the founder and director of Trek Sports and adventures. And I'm so looking forward to this conversation, because if you're like anything like me, one of the dangers that we face is these sedentary lifestyles that we live. You're always moving in, either in a matatu or if you own a car, but we are rarely engaging, our physical bodies. Some of us, the nature of our work is not very physical, and so over time, our bodies are getting more and more affected. And I have a question for you as we begin this conversation. What kind of physical fitness exercises do you engage in, if any? What kind of physical fitness exercises do you engage in, if any? 20316 is our SMS line. 0786316316 is our WhatsApp line. If you're joining us on YouTube, feel free to put it on the comment section. But for now, because I am so looking forward for us being inspired and challenged to keep fit, let us get right to this conversation. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana
Yes.
for hosting me on the Motivation Monday.
Yes.
My name is Bundi Jayan Girwa. As earlier said, director, founder, Trek Sports and Adventures. We are like 4 years old in the market.
Okay.
And doing well.
All right. So what do you exactly do at Trek Sports and Adventures?
At Trek Sports and Adventures, we do encourage people to, on fitness programs. And mainly we are in this field of recreational running and hiking. From where I sit, we find it as one of the easiest form of fitness programs you can engage in, because all you need is your running shoes, your running shorts, a t-shirt, and the roads are always there. And nobody is charging you to be on those roads.
Yeah.
So it's one of the simplest, one of the most affordable way of keeping yourself fit. Yes.
All right. Out of interest, what sort of motivated you, now that we're on Motivation Monday, what motivated you to begin Trek Sports and Adventures?
Trek Sports and Adventures, I would say that it was accidentally started. And it's because of a gap that emerged. Stories will be told in future about pre-COVID, post-COVID effects on the community and the societies. Yes? There's this time that people really lock themselves indoors. And once you talk about COVID, once you talk about lifestyle diseases, all the doctors will tell you is get out, get into fitness. So again, out of it, I find myself into the fitness space. I find myself doing my morning runs, my morning jogs, hikes here and there. Out of it, friends, maybe from the estate I used to live, would get motivated out of it. And slowly we started joining up each other, teaming up with each other. And out of it, we were able to grow or to start a running club. Me having been there much earlier on that journey, there were a lot of gaps. For example, we'll talk about the right attire, the right running shoes and such. So I would find myself consistently trying to assist in identifying the right attire, the right running postures and such. So again, out of it, we were able to form a running club, yes. And on that running club, trying to fill the gaps that are there, I find myself interacting with more and more people. Then the idea of maybe why not try to monetize? Why not try to incorporate a company that is able to interact with the runners all over and other fitness people in trying to solve the gaps that could be there. So Innate Trek was formed. We started by merchandising sports attires, but then we grew out of it into now a sporting event company. We've been able to partner with quite a number of entities. Like recently, we partnered with the Kilimanjaro Marathon Company, able to take like more than 400 Kenyans to Moshi for the run.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's our journey. That's how we started. That is where we are.
It's interesting that you've mentioned the running club. The only thing that I see or that is a bit more famous is book clubs. Book clubs are a bit more famous. I didn't know, you could even have a running club. That's an interesting thought.
Yes, true. It's a trend, and it has really picked up. Walk outside on Saturdays in the morning. You find people running all over.
Yeah.
Some branded in green, some branded in orange. It's an affiliation to a specific running club. So in it has really grown in Nairobi, and it's catching up in other towns outside Nairobi.
All right. Now, since you've been in this space for some time now, about how many years now?
4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
What would you say is the general fitness condition of Kenyans?
Maybe not enough research has been done on that yet, but trying to check on other parameters, other indicators, we find that when you try to do some search here and there, they talk about 30%, between 20 and 30% of the Kenyan population being hit by hypertension and other related diseases. So then again, if you try to look at the obesity levels in Kenya, they talk about 20 to 30% of the population. Maybe that's a strong indicator that would tell you that mostly 30% of Kenyans will be unfit. But now that is to the extreme.
Yeah.
So probably if you consider others who are bordering towards unfitness, then the numbers would go even beyond 50% or thereabouts. So the numbers would be big.
Yeah.
But fortunately, people are embracing the fitness journey. So if you look at what has been happening for the last 4 or 5 years, fitness, it's catching up. Running clubs are growing.
Yeah.
Gyms are filling up. So a lot is happening behind the scenes, and I think people are catching that bag of fitness.
Okay. So you've mentioned, you know, say conditions like hypertension and other lifestyle diseases almost as an indicator of unfitness. And maybe then we could go into this space of looking at then what are the dangers? You know, if one doesn't take this whole conversation of fitness, I mean, it is not, as you know, the phrase will go, it's not a cup of tea for many people.
Sure.
It's not even a conversation, you know, people would like to engage in. But what are the dangers if I don't take seriously this whole idea of fitness? Of course, there's some of what you've mentioned, but what are the other areas that we foresee as dangers?
Sometimes we may assume we are fit today. And out of it, maybe we're into a busy schedule that keeps us running up and down. That may give me some fitness level, yes. But then again, it's because I'm active today. So fitness, we should take it like an insurance card for future equally. Because I may say that I'm fit today, I'm not able to go to the gym, I'm not able to do my morning runs. But then again, your body progressively weakens up. So as days goes by, as you age, then the effect of not taking the seriousness of fitness much earlier starts hitting on you later in life. We look at our old folks in our shags, in our homes. These people are still strong. But if you look at their previous lives, they're always on the shambas.
Yeah.
They're always active live. So when they age, you find that they're still strong. Their postures are still upright. But then again, somebody who does minimal may look fit if you look at his physique, yes. But then in future, it ends catching up with him. So sometimes we say that just like the way somebody is saving something on the bank, the fitness journey, if you start it early enough, it's something that actually comes to benefit you much in future. We are talking about equally savings in terms of what? These diseases that may end up catching up with us.
Yeah.
They really eat into our pockets. So again, somebody who is into the fitness programs, again, as much as you're saying it's more of a future insurance card, it saves you a lot in future, currently equally. Then some of other advantages, of course, would be the fitness clubs. They are growing into very strong, into very strong networking forums. We've seen concepts of networking forums. The way we're talking about book clubs and such.
Yeah.
So people are able to meet in this fitness space. People are able to talk. People are able to exchange ideas. People are able to motivate each other. And again, the stress levels that we always experience from Monday to Friday. If I'm bumping into on a Saturday for a long run, that we're able to chat as we run. Then at the end of it, we have a sitting, we have a cup of tea, we have a cup of coffee. Then I'm able to unwind. My previous week, I'm able to sit and relax. And again, whatever has been burdening me throughout the week, it's all left down there and progress again and ready for the next week. So there are more benefits than just health.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's even a social component to it, if I'm hearing you well.
A very big one, a very big social component.
Yeah.
Because Then again, the reason is, may say, as you say, it's a big component. Ethiopia is actually even the motivation of being there and pushing on and on and on. Because again, if I'm solo, if I'm doing my fitness, if I'm solo on my fitness journey, I may get demotivated in between the way. But being a social affair, we keep checking on each other. We have like accountability partners. So when you call me on Friday, let's meet on Saturday. I know that somebody is checking on me.
Yeah.
So on Saturday morning, I'll be there. Again, if I don't see you on the gym for like 2-3 days, give you a call. So the social bit in it, the friendship that is built, the networks that are built, they end up motivating people to keep moving on and on and on. Sure.
All right. Now, you had talked about, you know, as an example, the people say in the village, you know, our parents, some of them that grew up in the village, our grandparents, and even in their later years, they still seem, you know, to be strong and steady. But they didn't need to go to the gym. They didn't need to, you know, take a run. Why is it a necessity for us now, whereas our forefathers, that was not a necessity for them?
It was not a necessity, yes. And even today we may say that that rule of folk is well taken care of. But then again, we're always migrating from rural to urban areas. And the kind of lifestyle that we experience in the rural areas, so different from what we experience in the urban areas. Sometimes when I go to my shags, I find myself walking a lot. If I'm going to meet a friend, maybe 5-6 kilometers away, I just walk towards that place. So if you look at the movement of those people from the homestead to the towns, if you look at equally what they engage themselves in, day out, it's quite manual. So by default, there's a lot of fitness when you go to the rural areas. But then again, for search of jobs, education, better lives, we keep coming to towns. The lifestyle in town is totally different.
Yeah.
And again, to catch up on what we are missing from the rural areas, what do we do when we come to these urban areas? Definitely engaging ourselves in fitness programs. So that rule of work is well taken care of. Our grandparents, our parents who are still there, they've had very active lives, livestock, farming and such, rushing to the markets and such. But look at the lifestyle in Nairobi, totally different. Ushago, you find a mother there carrying the baby with the sugar. But in Nairobi, I will have my child on the trolley.
That's true.
So our lifestyles in Nairobi, I mean, in urban areas, they are totally different from what we experience in the rural areas. Meaning that then we have to think and say, this is not the rural areas. So what do we do to keep ourselves fit?
Yeah. So if I'm hearing you right, then the necessity for even this whole conversation around fitness has to do with the nature of work. So if your day-to-day kind of work is manual, then you know you are sorted. So because I can imagine there are people within even the urban area, say for example if you work at a construction site, already just the very nature of your work is very manual. I don't think we would be advising somebody working in a construction site, especially like the heavy, not necessarily the mental, the heavy lifting, you know, and then telling them you still need to hit the gym. It seems like, you know, their Monday to Saturday is gym already. So does it have to do specifically with the nature of work such that a good number of us, our work now has to do with entering an office, sitting down, you know, behind a laptop and, you know, that kind of a thing?
You're right, yes. Because as you're saying about the gym people, and I mean, the construction sites, they're quite fit. Then if you look at the real job they do, it's quite holistic when it comes to fitness. Walking, carrying, bending, the squats and such. So that person, holistically, if you look at that person, is fit. But then again, additionally, if that person would want to find more value in terms of what in this fitness world we have, you find that now the social groupings that come up with fitness programs, they may offer more, much more. We are talking about networking clubs. We are talking about sometimes adventures. If I'm hitting the road to go and run all the way from Nairobi to Machakos, that would be like 50 kilometers or thereabouts. There's more. There are more people I'm running with. I'm learning the world. I'm able to have my time alone motivation, meditation moments while running. If I'm doing for example, a hike, probably I'm doing Mount Kenya, I'm able to learn more about this lovely creation we have, which is our world. So the fitness is there in them, yes. But again, if somebody thinks or feels that you need more than just fitness,
okay.
that's where now the fitness clubs come in,
Okay.
because they may offer much more than just fitness.
Okay.
So as we talk about the fitness world, sometimes it goes more than just fitness.
Yeah, yeah, okay, makes sense. You know, when I was younger, just after my high school, I did a short stint in a construction site. So I worked in a Mjengo site, and of course, since it was entry level, I was what you call in Kenya lingua mtu wa mkono. I don't know how to translate that in English. You know, unskilled labor, for lack of a better.
The casual laborer.
The casual laborer. And to be honest, I think I was very fit then, but unfortunately, over time, as I got into spaces where the nature of my work was less and less manual, you know, I have not been as fit. And though I have tried, you know, trying a fitness program, trying to do this, try morning jogs, sign up for a gym and attend only one day, I found consistency to be a really big problem. Why is it so hard to maintain consistency when it comes to the whole question of fitness?
That consistency, I think statistics, data will show that quite a number of people, many people, sign up for these fitness programs in January. But progressively by April, quite a number have dropped off. If you go to Anzaga, September, it's like the gyms are empty again. So probably what we may ask ourselves is, where do we lose that? From my observation, what I may think is, sometimes you may engage yourself in a specific program because your friend is doing the same. But you've not been able to evaluate yourself and see what fits you better. Assume my passion is football.
Yeah.
If my passion is football, you find spotted all over Nairobi, there are some football fields.
That's
You
true,
find
even the
people-
artificial turfs.
Exactly. And there are so many clubs, not professional clubs, but recreational clubs for football. So again, if my passion is really into football, why not then find a fitness program that matches my passion? If my passion is running and being with people,
Yeah.
outdoor, I find myself signing into a gym, then that aspect of outdoor that I really love gets lost. If a person is quite much an indoor person, that person, you're telling that person, let's keep hiking. That's a person who has phobia for heights.
Yeah.
Then again, after 2-3 months, he says, this is not my thing. Then of course, he or she doesn't go back to the drawing board to find another path. He ends up losing hope.
Yeah.
And again, equally, we may talk about finances. And finances, I may again link it to we not choosing what fits our pocket, right?
Yeah.
I go into a gym, I find the subscription is maybe 5,000 per month. Not thinking forward that I have school fees to pay, I have have these expenses that are staring at me. So the third month, the fifth, the fourth month, what I'm spending on the gym is actually affecting my financials. So you end up not going through that program anymore. But are there self-made fitness programs that I can do in my house that require nothing much in terms of investments? They're there.
Yeah.
Doing my squats in the house, doing my rope skipping in the
rope,
house.
yeah.
It's quite affordable to everybody. Then something else is about equally not matching our time with the programs we choose. Look at somebody who is quite into the gym, the hours they spend there.
Yeah.
So somebody who is in business, somebody who is an entrepreneur, somebody who is able to program his time and in such a way that he knows by during the day from 2 to 4 he or she is free. It's different from somebody who is employed somewhere.
That's true.
So again, if I sign a program that really requires me to be available at specific times, then for the first 2 months, 3 months, I may struggle with it. Yes, I may be there, but then again, the pressure keeps mounting on me.
Yeah.
And eventually, I may end up absconding on the program.
Yeah.
So basically, what I may say is that once you start your fitness program, or you start your fitness journey, it's good to evaluate yourself. Find what fits your pocket, what fits your timetable, what fits your passion. So if you marry your passion with the program that you want, then hardly will you get demotivated. Something else is that we may lack accountability partners, and that's where now the social fitness clubs come in. So if I start my journey alone, and maybe after 2-3 months, I'm feeling tired, exhausted, not accountable to anybody, I can just stop the program and finish there and there. So again, there's that bit of having what we may call accountability partners in the journey. Those are quite some issues that really pull us down, makes us stop our fitness journey in between.
You know, I like what, and I wish I knew that, in terms of that consideration for what is, you know, within your passion, what aligns with your time, but also, you know, with your pocket. Because if I had this knowledge, I would not have made a mistake I made, you know, a few months back. Because I was psyched, I knew the journey I was going on with my life, you know, my body will pay for it eventually. So in a moment of excitement, if I may call it that, I signed up for a gym, and so that I committed for an entire month. Then I started looking for time to go for the gym. 1 week later is when I got time. I went for the gym only one day, and I could not go back. I couldn't find the time.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, then that's when the regrets start keep creeping in. That I've paid 5,000, 10,000 for this month. And I've only attended 3 sessions. So next month again, you are shy, paying, knowing that behind the scene, you spend 10,000 to attend the gym, maybe 5 times in a month. I mean, sorry, 5 times in a week, but you only managed 1 session in a week. So the regrets that I lost money there, demotivates you from signing for it again.
Wow. Well, I want us to pause for a moment. I want us to listen to a praise report from Tabitha, but there's somebody here, I think this is Betty Wanjiro, saying, good morning, great conversation. How do you enroll people outside Nairobi? They say, I currently do morning runs and I'm interested. Well, let's listen to, you know, this praise report from Tabitha, and when we come back, Betty will be getting to your question. Even as we get to your other comments and questions, please interact with us. 20316 is our SMS line, 0786316316 is our WhatsApp line. We'd love to hear what your comments are regarding this particular subject on keeping fit. You know, what fitness exercises do you do? In what ways would you require help in that area? Please, let's listen to Tabitha, and then we get back to this conversation.
My name is Tabitha Wambui Mwaura, and I'm a retired civil servant. I was in civil service for over 30 years. I got to know family media by chance. I was in a congregation, I think a fellowship, and an elder in a church talked of those many years, 25 years ago, that there is a family media, there is a Christian channel that has started. And I had not heard of it. And she was encouraging us to listen to it. So when I went home, I listened. That time it was the radio. I listened. And then the radio just started saying that now there's a TV station. And I got encouraged. Yeah, there are so many programs that I love on family media. I work with the children, so I love Superbook. Oh, it's a wonderful program. I also teach, I show my children when I'm working with them. I also love the Very 700 Club. Family TV has also been a blessing to me because some years back, 2020, I lost my son. I was so broken, I was so devastated. And I was writing to Family TV to pray for my son. That time he was not feeling well. Then when I wrote again in the media that I lost my son, they prayed with me, and also they took me to some counseling. I was very surprised. So they are not only, they are also great friends, and they are concerned about my welfare. That's when I knew, because they were concerned about my welfare, and they have been communicating to me. And from that time, that is when I was able to stand. I was able to stand that time. at least I got a bit encouraged. It is not easy, but I got a bit encouraged. So for sure, Family TV has been a blessing to me and even my family.
Takes away.
We were never meant to carry our struggles alone.
No prayer request is too big or even too small.
Join us this Tuesday for our on-air Partners Prayer Day, and let us unite in prayer.
No matter what you're going through, God can definitely turn it around.
We are here for you because when we pray together, we grow stronger together.
So share your testimonies or prayer requests to the WhatsApp number 0786 316 316 or the SMS line 20316.
Jesus did promise, whatsoever we shall ask in his name, if we believe, we shall receive. Looking forward to praying with you.
You heard my cry and raised me up again.
Welcome back. This is Motivation Monday, where we bring you challenging conversations and inspiring stories. And please remember, tomorrow is our Partners Prayer Day, where we take time to pray for you, our partners. Yes, because we cannot be able to do this unless you actually join us. And so we invite you tomorrow to join us for our Partners Prayer Day. Feel free to be sending in your prayer requests on 20316, which is our SMS line, or 0786 316 316, which is our WhatsApp line throughout the day in the different shows. We will be praying for you. As Tabitha has shared in that praise report, we actually do take time to present the request that you send before our God. And so please send in your prayer requests. And as you do, please do so by faith, trusting that God will hear your prayers and he will answer. Shall you do that? Yes, please kindly do that. Well, Betty had asked a question and we'll be getting to that. Josephine from Donham says, my activities are cycling 70 to 100 kilometers every weekend. Wow. And walking 3 kilometers every evening. That seems like somebody who is serious with life. Wow, thank you. Thank you, Josephine, for that. Let me see. This is who? This is Carolina Uma says, this is a good topic. I do run in the morning from 5 a.m. for 45 minutes for 2 to 3 days a week. Last week, I broke my back. Oh, and I'm in great pain. I can't stand straight. What can help? And maybe we can, respond to those two. Betty had asked, how can you help those that are not in Nairobi? She does runs, but for people who are outside of Nairobi, how can they be helped? Whether it is some of the things that you do.
Hi, Betty. In response to that, to start a movement, to start maybe changing your life and people around you, their lives, it may start with you actually. So if you think that you are somewhere that you don't have a lot of support, trying to mobilize, because if you look at most of the clubs that we are saying are in Nairobi or the environs, they were started by somebody who really believed in the fitness program, who was able to bring other people around him or her, and that's how the formation of clubs starts. So again, one way is taking that responsibility and says that this is a journey I don't want to benefit alone. Why can't I bring my family on board? Why can't I wake up my neighbor? Why can't I form a small that's how they start. Why can't I form a small WhatsApp group for me and my neighbors who want? So eventually somebody on the road will see you doing the run in the morning and will appreciate that, will feel motivated. The next Saturday, the next day, he or she will join you. So you end up growing a small movement from where you are. But then again, there are seasoned clubs, there are seasoned runners, there are seasoned fitness people. And unfortunately, we may say that most of them you find them in urban areas like Nairobi, yes. So to get affiliated to such, there are a lot of fitness clubs, yes. And as much as their locality seems to be Nairobi, but then they draw membership from all over.
Okay.
I'll be able to share my number. I'll be able to know maybe probably where you stay. You can share your journey. Then I may link you to a fitness group that may end up motivating you. Then we again as Trek Sport and Adventures, We have our own social media platform. We have our own WhatsApp group that we have more than 600 fitness people. So again, by having people on board on our social media platforms, we end up motivating each other from wherever you are. I have people from Mombasa, people from Nakuru, we have people from Meru, we have people from all over. So again, as much as you may start your own wherever you are, but that one does not stop you from linking with others that are in other areas. Because now with, in this space of information technology, then all you need is some motivations that I've done my run today, I've done my workout today, I'm posting it in the group. It motivates somebody from wherever you are. So distance is not a problem. You are able to virtually join existing clubs, existing groups in other urban areas, as much as you're able to start your own from wherever you are.
Okay. So thank you. Maybe then for Caroline, who says she usually does, her runs in the morning, but she broke her back and she's in great pain and can't stand straight. What can help? And maybe as you respond to her, you'd mention something about right attires, right shoes, running posture. Maybe what can help, Caroline?
Caroline, pole for that, and I hope it's not the injury is not running related. From running, hardly getting such a big issue at the back. It's a broken back, she says?
Yes, she broke her back.
Maybe it could be an accident or something like that, because from just running, it seems too extreme for that. But then again, something that we may touch on about accidents while running, something that we may touch about injuries while in fitness. The major contributor is not having the right attires.
Okay.
And sometimes I find myself stopping on the road when I see somebody running, when I see somebody maybe doing a hike with the wrong shoes. You end up just momentarily stopping your run and trying to advise that person on the kind of attire he or she should use in future. So it's good to do research, and this research, it's not possible to directly say this is what is good for you and this is not what is good for you. Because again, if you look at it, that there's the pronation of legs, there's our postures, there's our weight, there's the kind of run you want to do. Is it a fast run? Is it a slow run? Is it a hilly run? Is it a trail run? So all these attires, they fit different situations. So again, for somebody to know what is good for a specific purpose, then maybe one-on-one interactions are much necessary. Something else that may end up causing injuries while we are in these trainings is over pushing. Because I'll give you an example. Today, if I give you a djembe and tell you that go and plow my quarter of an acre, at the end of it, you find yourself with blisters all over. Because you've outdone it. And that's the first time. But then give somebody who is used to it, the same djembe, go and plow the same quarter of an acre. That person comes blister free because of what? His hands are used. So by this, what I mean is that when somebody starts his or her fitness journey, it's going to take small doses at a time as you progress, as you get into it. Because again, maybe going back slightly to what we had discussed about, what makes people actually drop out of fitness, sometimes it's overdoing. So if you don't have smart goals, you end up giving yourself unrealistic targets. Those unrealistic targets, they will end up giving you injuries. You'll end up not achieving. And out of the frustrations, you end up giving up on the journey. So back to injuries and fitness, we're trying to say that it's good to take small doses at a time until holistically you get used. Then you can keep challenging yourself. We are able to using the watches that currently are there in the market or the sporting apps, you're able to keep checking your progress. And most of them, when they are rightly programmed, they keep you suggesting that you're overdoing. So again, with the technology we have, it's very easy to know that you're on the right path or you're on the wrong path. So you're always getting alerts that you've really outdone yourself this time. Give yourself a pause. Or you are undervaluing yourself. You can offer more and more and more. So those are the main causes that make people have these injuries. But then again, in our case, I think it's always good to go for a medical checkups.
Okay.
To check the extreme of it.
Okay. So you'd also advise for her to see a physician.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and if she gets back, then slowly until the body is able to.
Let her not push it. Let her not push it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I think this is somebody here saying, "Hi, gentlemen. Wonderful to see Bundi. Inspirational to hear about how he started and his consistency in the fitness arena. We wait for Kili 2026. What's that?
This is my team that I took to Kilimanjaro 2025.
Okay.
I had a team of more than 400 people that I arranged for their logistics to go to Moshi for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
We did the Kilimanjaro run, Kilimanjaro marathon run, and came back.
Okay. All right. Karanja says, I do 3 gym sessions in a week and play squash once a week. Discipline, consistency, and good diet made me drop 20 kgs. Wow, from 100 to 80 kgs. It's not easy at start, but doable. Thank you. Thank you, Karanja.
Actually, Bwana Karanja, talk about the consistency that you're talking about. They always talk about habits being formed in 40 days. Figuratively 40 days. But then again, it goes back to what motivates, what demotivates, why do we drop out? Figuratively, you're talking about 40 days to form a habit. But then again, assume I've gone for 35 days. So I've only 5 days to finish my program and now get addicted to it. Because now the word is, it's so much into you and you can't do without it.
Yeah.
So what does it mean? I may drop on the 39th day. And, if I pushed one more day, I would have my 40 days. And then that program will be so much into me, getting it out of my system, it's more difficult. So again, the consistency counts a lot.
Yeah.
Go today, go tomorrow, go the day after tomorrow. Next week, wake up again. Then again, after a month, it's your body that will be telling you, wake up and run. So for the first 2 weeks, for the first 1 month, for the first 2 months, you are pushing yourself. You're the one telling the body, go and run, go and do these fitness programs.
Yeah.
But once the consistency is there and you've hit it for some time, your body now starts. Your body now starts demanding for the fitness.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we can take this last one and then we proceed. Somebody's asking, is riding a motorcycle enough exercise? What to undo? Are they doing exercise?
Unfortunately, that is for drills. There are guys who do bicycle riding. In it, it's quite challenging.
Bicycle, but this is not bicycle. But this is a motorcycle.
For motorcycles, you tend to look at the muscles that you're engaging in your body or you're doing the motorcycles. Mental strength, mental stamina, yes, speed and drills. But when it comes to real fitness, this is just used as to marinate the fitness program we have. So you find somebody who is much into fitness, but you may need a break here and there. Go into a drill with your motorbike, but don't think you engage so much muscles. While doing the motorcycle.
Okay. Then maybe we could go into this whole area of hikes now, and I think you talked about leisure running, say the marathon like the one you took people to Kilimanjaro. Is that something that's picking up? And people perhaps that are interested in that kind of a thing, how are they able to do that?
It's picking up, yes, and the crowd that get attracted to it becoming more and more, more and more. And I think when somebody starts into this into fitness journey, yes, you've already grown into it, and psychologically, it's inhuman. Keep challenging yourself for more. Keep challenging yourself for more. You keep challenging yourself for more. You find that if somebody feels fit enough and learns that there's a hike that is happening in Ngong Hills, it gets exciting. Yesterday I did 21 kilometers run, non-stop.
Wow.
I'm told just an example. I'm told there's a hike in Ngong Hills. There's an inner feeling, why can't I challenge myself more? So that person finds himself or herself doing the Ngong Hills, for example. Once he conquers that, your human mind tells you, that's done. Can I go for a bigger challenge? So eventually we find ourselves going all the way to Mount Kilimanjaro. In December I did Mount Kilimanjaro in some 4 days or thereabouts, a beautiful mountain. But then again, did I wake up to do Mount Kilimanjaro? No.
Mm-hmm.
I did my Mount Kenya maybe in one day, find challenging, yes, but I conquered it. So it takes me to other levels.
Yeah.
And we are talking about running marathons, half marathons, and the craze that is catching up is actually what we are calling ultra marathons.
What marathons?
Ultra marathons.
Ultra marathons.
Some colleagues were in South Africa just the other day doing over 80 kilometers in a single run.
Yeah.
So it's all about we challenging our limits more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
While gaining a lot of fitness from it. So, and out of it again, what you find that with these small runs, short runs, like 10, 5, 15 kilometers, you're always in Nairobi. They are doable from your locality, from your neighborhood. Yes,
Yeah.
But as people grow into it, then again you find that it's more fulfilling if you end up adding value to your runs, and you find that now this value, you find it when you hear there's a long run in Mombasa, there's a long run in Kigali. Last week we were in Kigali for Kigali Peace Marathon.
Yeah.
So you get excited and you may want to join those long runs that happen here. So yeah. So in it, you get more fulfilled. It has that adventurous nature in it.
Yeah.
You keep scaling more bigger and bigger and bigger mountains. You keep now moving from one place to another. So in it now, you started it as a fitness journey, yes, but then it's giving you more and more and more as you progress, as you go on. Then what does it do? Instead of the boredom of just having your 5, 10 kilometers in your locality, you're able now to go and adventure out, have more fun. So now the word here is having more fun to your fitness journey.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. So it's not just fitness, but you know, there's leisure with it, there's exposure with it, there's adventure, I guess, with it as well.
A lot of adventure. When Trek started some years back, we just concentrate on runs here and there. But then again, we think that people have been doing running all along. And again, on the other side, people have been doing adventures and tourism all along. But if you try to marry the two concepts, then it's adding more value. You take people to Kigali Marathon, for example, but then you're trying to ask yourself, if we stop in Jinja town, what are we able to see there? Maybe we're able to take a ride to Source of the Nile. If we go to Kigali, where else are we able to go to? Maybe probably we're able to go to the War Memorial and have some adventures here and there. So in it, you end up making the journey more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And again, as you make it more enjoyable, that's how most people now find the motivation to be there instead of the boring 5-kilometer run every day.
Yeah.
So there's more to it.
All right. Now, perhaps there's somebody who's listening to this conversation and they're like, wow, these are areas that I would like to plug in. And so somebody that is interested, say, for example, in Kili 2026, for example, or whatever, you know, are there, how do they contact you, for example?
My contacts will be shared.
Yeah.
But to mention is 0722 136 449. I go by the name Bundi, Director Trek Sports and Adventures. In our calendar of events, we have Rwenzori Marathon coming up in August. We have Mount Ololokwe happening in July. We want to do Mount Ololokwe in Marsabit, one of the scenic, most photographed mountain we say in Kenya. We have Serengeti Marathon in November. We'll go all the way to Tanzania, do the Serengeti Marathon, do some game drive here, have some time together, networking sessions. So there are those 3 main events that are coming up between now and December.
Okay.
And the other small here and there. From our social media platform, that is Trek Sport and Adventures, check us on Facebook, check us on Instagram. We always share our calendar of events.
Okay.
We always share our programs. But then again, on the number that I've just given, 0722 136 449. If you get to engage us one-on-one, we're able to add you to our subgroups that we normally share exactly what we are up to.
Okay. All right. Now, as we bring this to a close, what then will be your last piece of advice for people who perhaps are thinking on beginning this fitness journey? What would be your last piece of advice?
My advice is that the best time to have started the journey was yesterday, but now because somebody never started yesterday, why not today? And as you start that journey, take into consideration the environment you operate in and the passion you have. I do a lot of running.
Yeah.
So don't say because Bundi is there and does a lot of running, let me start doing the running. You may find yourself failing in between because you took a path I took for some specific reasons. So take a path that really fits your environment. Then again, as you do it, have your SMART goals. SMART goals, in the SMART goals there is R, which is realistic.
Yeah.
Have something that is realistic, very realistic. Don't just don't go into it forcibly, because again, it's when goals are not achieved, they pull you back.
Yeah.
You get motivated and say that I'm not for these. So again, take a dose by dose.
Yeah.
Pole pole, walk the journey until you reach where you want.
Okay.
You can't lose 10 kilograms in a month, but lose the 500 grams.
Yeah.
Next month, go again and lose another 500 grams. At the end of the year, you'll be where you are. So
That's
realistic, realistic steps, realistic goals. Maybe with that, I would say that once you start that fitness job, I mean journey, what you're doing is that you're securing your today, you're securing your future.
Wow.
And on Nate Pier, I would say that sometimes we don't run, we don't get into this fitness to add life, to add days to our lives. But again, I want to add life to my days.
Yes. I think that's a good place to end. That when we seek to keep fit, we may not necessarily add days to our lives, but we may add life to our days. And I think that is extremely important. Bwana Bundi, asante sana. Thank you so much for being with us. Really appreciate this, and I hope you've inspired someone to begin keeping fit. All of you that are asking for the contacts, we will also be sending them to you, and so we will be sending them via whether WhatsApp or SMS as you have requested. But this is the end of our program for today. I hope you've been inspired. I hope you've been challenged to begin keeping fit or to continue in your fitness journey. Next week we pick another conversation as we look at the power of exposure. But let me just remind you that we are able to do this only because we have partners, men and women like yourself. And so do join us as one of our partners. Send an SMS with the word partner to 20316, or even you could donate right now by using paybill 316 and for account just using your phone number. May God help you to keep fit, because you ought to be a steward of that body that He gave you. Let us keep fit, shall we? See you next Monday. For the number.